Yo, what's up, Tweety Birds? It's Jason S-Prewitt. I just wanted to talk about something because it's been on my mind and on my heart. You know, it's all about your worth. And I just been, sorry, my daughter's back there acting crazy. It's all about worth. And, as far as people putting their worth so low when they know that they're worth so much more. So I look back on my life, and there's been times where at jobs or friendships or relationships, I constantly devalued my worth. So I brought my worth down to here when I knew consciously in my mind, my worth is really up here. But then I realized that when I put my worth down here, that's how people reacted to me. So people constantly put me in that box where my cap was right here. And so I was just thinking about that, and I think people do that because they're afraid of what's around the corner. They're afraid that if I move out of this situation, whether friendship, job, relationship, or whatever the case may be, there may not be something better for me. And that's the kind of mindset that I used to have, right? But then I started to realize that that's not true, because me wasting my time on being capped out right here and spending all my time with that could have been what was holding me back from that future opportunity, because I'm wasting my time over here so I wouldn't have an opportunity over here, right? So I think so many people do that, and especially when it comes to like the acting career, right? So for so long, even though I knew my skill set was up here, I knew what I could be and what I could do was up here, but I kept accepting stuff down here, right? And that's how casting offices responded to me. Producers, casting directors, all that. They knew that if they called me in for 2-liners, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna take the job. And I wouldn't be happy, but I'm gonna do it. So they're gonna pay me right here, and this is the job I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna take it. And so I started to realize that I can't keep doing that to myself. So as soon as I took out that step of faith and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna start turning stuff down. Talked with my agent, with my manager, and I was like, I'm sick of being right here, because right now it's just feeling like that's where I'm capped off, even though I know I can be doing things up here, right? So when those opportunities started coming in, because I worked fairly often, so they would just contact my agent or manager directly, and I'm gonna take it. But when I got to that point, I was like, no, we're turning it down. No, we're turning it down. But they want to book you, no, we're turning it down. And luckily my agent, my manager understood that. And then that's when I started progressing, right? So that's when I started to move forward. And I realized that my opportunities were around the corner, and I couldn't be wasting my time. So if I was wasting my time on set shooting a role with 2 lines, and I'm not knocking anybody down, because that's how I started. I did that for the longest time. But if I kept doing that, then that's all I was going to receive back to me. And I had to put a stop to that. I had to put a stop to that, because that's how people were going to continue reacting to me, right? So once I stopped doing that, I was like, I know my skill set's higher. I know I can do more. So I'm going to hold off and wait till more, and I'm not going to be afraid, because I'm not going to be sitting here on set where I could be auditioning for something else over here that was more substantial, more equaling of my skill set. And so I had to make that conscious decision. And of course, I was afraid at first. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, I'm turning down all these jobs. And then, as an actor, even those small jobs with a couple lines, still, you're still making a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, there was some fear there. But once I took that step of faith and I put my time and my mind on those other opportunities that I could have, that's when things started to change. So, there's been, even as of lately, there's been opportunities that were even bigger. But then I had to say to myself, am I going to move forward, or am I going to be still stuck here? So I went from here to here, and then there's opportunities that have come, and I was like, you know what? Is that moving me forward? And there's been some tough calls I had to make. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be tough calls that you have to make. There's going to be fear that you have. But don't let that stop you. Don't cap yourself on here. Again, if it's a friendship, relationship, job, if you're feeling like everyone is holding you to this and saying that that's what it is, that's how they're going to continue treating you. That's what they're going to keep doing. You know what I'm saying? So let people know my bar is up here. And then once you raise that bar up there, then raise that bar even higher. And keep doing that, because that's the only way that you're going to progress forward. Not through fear, not through wondering if this is going to be my opportunity and then wasting your time. No, that's not going to be it. Step out of faith. Know that you can move forward. If you have that skill set that's up here, or if you have that worth to yourself that is up here, if you're dealing with a relationship that just isn't going anywhere, then you need to step out of faith. You need to move forward and think bigger and believe in yourself. Don't keep yourself down here. So that's Monday. Motivations. Jason S. Prewitt. Keep it moving. Love life. See y'all later.